Welcome back to another Extra Time Football video, and we have our first major upset of the tournament. Paraguay just knocked out Germany in penalties. Unexpected, unprecedented for the Germans to go out in penalties of all ways. Uh, where do we even start with this game? It was ugly. It was tedious. It was Paraguay's game. That's their style. They made the Germans play to their game, and they came out on top. Paraguay was going to make this game ugly. Everybody knew that that's their style. That's how they play. Germany had no answer for how to break this Paraguayan defense. Paraguay were solid in the first half. They defended well. They played their lines well. They just couldn't be broken. Germany couldn't create anything. They couldn't have anything of real threat in the first half to really put any fear into Paraguay. And Paraguay, what a way to end that first half, getting a goal to go 1-0 up. Yeah, Germany were going to go up and equalize, but it was almost a given that Germany was going to get a goal in this game. They are the four-time world champions. They're Germany, regardless of how they've done in the last two World Cups. They have that history behind them that they have strong, star-studded players that are going to make the most out of it, and no matter what, they're going to make a game difficult for you. They're going to get a goal. So Paraguay were fortunate enough to get that goal in the first half. Crucial goal to force Germany to have to play more, come out to their style. Even though Germany got that goal going to equalize the game, they just couldn't find more ways to break the Paraguayan defense. That defense is solid. And what I will have to say is more my applause to the U.S. for scoring four on them and making them look like amateurs out there. At first it was just like, oh, well, it's just Paraguay. And I believe if I go back to one of mine, I might have even criticized them a little heavy right there, but they just neutralized Germany in the best way possible. I'm not going to say that this Germany is by any means one of the candidates for the title, because they weren't. Even before this game, I don't believe any real strong nation that is competing for the world championship was scared of this Germany. We're not looking at the Germany of old that thrashed Brazil 7-1. I know what I just said about about Germany still having that history to them and that star-studded power, but they are not the same Germany that would put fear into the teams like they used to before. They're not the ones that are going to beat Brazil 7-1, that are going to stroll past Portugal 4-0 in the group stages. It's just not the same. I don't see that leadership in this team. I don't see those strong voices like the Germanys of old used to have. A lot of stars and a lot of big names still, but nobody that really. I don't see a team. I don't see a team that can play well together. I don't see these guys gelling well. Sane really doesn't click with the offense. Who's the striker right here? Undav. Undav was a complete idol this whole game. Like, he was just a standing cone up top. You could tell that he has no chemistry with any of his teammates. He couldn't link up any play with anybody. He was trying to make too many one-touch passes as soon as he got it early on that just were going back to Paraguay's defense. He just couldn't connect with anyone. Wirtz, was the only one that was trying to make some things happen, but even then his game was still neutralized. Havertz was fortunate enough there to get that equalizing goal for Germany. But other than that, this team really didn't have anything to them. Paraguay defended their butts off. They did what they had to do. They made it ugly for Germany as they had to. Germany had no response to this defense. Germany had no response to this game in general either. They cannot break them. They cannot find a solution. And what a big win for Paraguay in penalties. They did go up the first three in a row for Paraguay, and when they just needed one more to make it into the next stage, they go ahead and miss their next two penalties. I know that at that time, every single Paraguayan fan must have been broken, and they probably knew that, we had the game already sealed away. Why did we blow this lead? But then comes Jonathan Tah, skies it top left. Just completely skies it when he could have put Germany up and kept them in the fight a little bit longer. But no, comes the last Paraguayan taker, slots it away, and sends Paraguay to the next round. Hats off to Paraguay on this huge, massive win, taking out Germany. Germany had not lost to... I don't think Germany had any major losses with South American teams before this tournament, and they lose to Ecuador and Paraguay. And I was just looking at a stat, too, that said all of Germany's World Cup penalty missers since, they've been competing, they have 4 misses in penalty stages in the World Cup. Ulay Stielik in 1982, Kai Havertz, Nick Woltenmeyer, and Jonathan Tah in this year. So out of the 4 penalties they've missed in the World Cup shootouts, this is the first. 3 of them have been in this tournament. Disappointing for Germany. big cleaning of houses has to be made with that federation, with coaches, managers, players. Everyone's practically had to go at this point. With players, you got to get rid of the old. You got to start just bringing in new faces and new leaders too. This team cannot gel together. They cannot play well. Only like 3 or 4 of these players are savable, in my opinion. Coaches, everyone else, they all have to go. Hats off to Paraguay, and I wish them luck going forward in the tournament. And that's gonna do it for this one. Hopefully, we get a better game for Morocco Holland 10 tonight. This one, it was a big upset, but it was still a tedious, boring game. But hopefully, the one at night is better. If you did enjoy the video, I would really appreciate it if you can like and subscribe, as it does mean a lot to the channel. And I'll hope to catch you again soon on the next one.